So you've all spoken a little bit about things that happened on set that you remember. When Charisma Carpenter spoke earlier today, she mentioned that she felt that her time on Buffy and Angel was like a master class in acting in terms of the emotional range that she had to go through and all of the changes for her characters. So my question for each of you is, as an actor, related to specifically the craft of acting, what lessons have you taken away from your work in Firefly that have informed other characters you've portrayed?
That was deep.
Work closely with your prop master is very important. I took it even closer to, actually it's funny, a guy came up today with a screenplay and it had Skip Crank, prop master, on the script. He had somehow gotten his hands on that. And Skip and I worked really closely together. He helped me figure out the whole belt and the guns and the whatever rifles I was working with. So that was something that I really dove headfirst into. I think that's the first time I really figured out that Jane had to be doing something all the time, to even people's distraction.
Have you taken that into other characters as well?
All of them since, yeah, I think, yeah.
Zoe was a great lesson in stillness. She didn't say much, but like Adam and his props. I had to figure out how to be very present in every scene that I was in, regardless of whether I had anything to say or not. And I think that's very important because, you know, the editors tell you later, you're doing something, you know, your reaction to this or where you were, it gives them something to cut to. It lets them open up the scene a little bit more and let you guys in more as to, you know, what we're thinking. So I was always thinking. I always had to be there and available and open and present. So yes, that's something you use all the time.
For me, it would just be trusting my gut instincts, which is which is something I learned from you.
Ladies. Ladies.
Yeah.
That was mine.
Yeah, just not trying not to be afraid, you know, because I was new and I did have to do some things that were, you know, kind of pushing it, you know, taking risks.
They dropped you right in the deep end.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, they did. They did. I learned the hard way on that. I came down for my first big scene in the pilot, and I'd been waiting to do the scene where I jump out of the box. And it was time for me to rehearse it. And I remember I really did the first rehearsal full out. And everybody was so freaked out because I didn't know, you know, in rehearsal you kind of warm up into it and you figure out where you're going to stand, how you're going to fall out of the box, and, you know, make sure nobody gets hurt. And I just went full out. And afterwards, Joss came up to me and he was like, "Wow, yeah, that was full out." Yeah. And everybody was just silent afterwards.
Yeah, I'm over there going,
crazy.
Rookie. Whoa, don't make the rest of us look bad. Come on.
Yeah, but just learning to feel safe and trusting going for it.
Yeah. I would say trusting your instincts too, because I remember a particular scene in Objects in Space. Yep. With Early in the engine room. And we did one take. Sorry, I just picked my nose. That's gross. We did one take, and then Joss said, "Okay, well now I want you to do what you want to do. So this take's for you." And so we did one, and that's the one we used. And he was like, "That's what I really wanted." And he's like, "Why were you holding all of that back?" And I was like, "I don't know. I didn't think that you would want me to do that." And he's like, "Always trust your instincts. Your first instinct is right." I was 19, and, you know, it was nice to hear and take that with me, because I'm 21 now. 22 tomorrow.
Happy birthday!
But yeah, that's an important thing to do as an actor, and I think that's something that, you know, especially early on, you're nervous to do, because you don't want to do the wrong thing.
Thank you.
Nice. And back to you.
Good afternoon, all of you. congratulations to each one of you for your career so far. I mean, beyond Firefly, you all have phenomenal careers, and congratulations. You've done a wonderful job. I'm a fan on all levels. My question is, Joss Whedon is awesome. I love everything Joss has done. And do any of you have plans to work with him in the future? And if you do, or if you don't, do you wish to work with him again? Did you enjoy working with him?
Firefly Avengers.
Who said that?
Wasn't me.
He doesn't return my calls. Yeah, no. I don't know.
Joss is one of those guys that says, jump, you say how high. And if he calls and he wants to hire us again, I'm sure we would all agree to go and be in his world anytime. He's very busy now. He has a full plate, so when we were down at Comic-Con last year when we did the 10th anniversary, Joss said something very poignant. He said that, because we always get the question, you going to do it again? Is there going to be more episodes? Are you going to do another movie, animated, blah, blah, blah. And we all want to, and we all fantasize that we can, and perhaps we can. But he also said that it's like this beautiful, shining city on a hill, like Camelot, and it just sits there and it's beautiful, and we're all part of it, and it would be really risky to try and do it again to live up to what's been created. So there's that sort of fear that we all have, because we're all fearful creatures. And there's a lot to be said for that. Now, see, I would love to do an animated part. That'd be great. I love doing voiceovers too, because you don't have to shave. You can go in your jammies.
Don't have to get back into those tight pants.
Yeah, yeah, you can do fewer sit-ups. It's great. But yeah, Joss is just amazing to work with. He's a beautiful man.
I think we all have really good memories of it too.
Yeah.
And I know I associate nothing but really good memories with him. So I would say yes.
It was my first time, I think, at that point, working with somebody who had created a world that was so complete, and the people in it were so beautifully fleshed out, and to inhabit that world, and to have him guide you through it, because it was so completely alien. It was a gift, absolutely a gift, and you guys keep experiencing that, and we're here, and yes, it's true. It was, to be able to do Serenity after your show to be able to do a feature film after your television show has been canceled, not even after a full season. To ask for more than that just doesn't seem right. It's perfect just as it is. We got to kiss it goodbye. We got to wrap it up and kiss it goodbye in a really beautiful way. Even though there was a pretty high body count.
Summer? Anything?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Enough said. All right, over
Agreed.
Just thank you all for
Agreed.
being here, for coming and being accessible to the fans.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My question is, who put the potato in Nathan's tailpipe?
Do you guys remember that?
No.
I remember it.